What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video. Man, I can't keep up. Uh, but yeah, this is Miles Morales and um, Spider Punk from Across the Spiderverse. And when available, you can pre order them at bigbadtoystore.com. I'll put the link down below. So let's take a look at these two figures. They are awesome. Now, let me tell you, I haven't seen Across the Spider-Verse. I do have the digital copy waiting for me to watch. I just couldn't find the time yet. However, I did like the first one. The first movie I really love. And I have Miles Morales and Gwen from that movie. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to love this because from everything that I've heard, it's better. And it's hard to think about it, but it's better than the first movie. With that being said, as a figure, they are phenomenal. That Miles Morales from the first movie is one of the best thing I've seen on Hot Toys because they captured, even though it's animated, it's something that we haven't seen before, and the amount of options that you could do is phenomenal. Now with this Miles Morales, they took it a little step better because I always thought that the first one was the biggest, I guess, thing that they could have added was rolling eyeball system because of how big and how expressive his eyes is. They did mitigate that by giving us a second head sculpt, a different expression. So I will forgive them for that, a different, hair piece as well. With this, you don't quite have that. However, what you do have is the rolling eyeball system, which could change and alter his look completely wherever he's looking. The base looks great as well. You have this, kind of like a diorama piece, which is pretty cool, inserted in a normal flight pole stand, which it doesn't even look like that. So that's pretty cool. Does check all the boxes. He is articulated. You do have the light up function, which is, like a gimmick per se that we do have in his arms and his second head sculpt as well. It looks great. I mean, the source material, I'm not even gonna mention about that, even though I haven't seen it. I'm sure it is good. I've heard nothing but positives. You got the backdrop there, which is huge. In fairness, the first Miles does have that. It's hard to display because of how big it is. But I do love the fact that it's available when you need it. Just looking at this in a subjective standpoint, without watching the movie as a figure, looks great. Now, the difference between these characters and the way how they're portrayed compared to the Iron Man that we have seen is that this is a movie adaptation. This is how they look. Now, we can make an argument that, SH Figure Arts, which I've seen as well, they look great as well. Looks pretty similar, right? Like it's not bad because they are not humans, so to speak. That the human features, their features are more like animated. That a company that is kind of SH Figure Arts or something like that could make something similar, and that is correct. I've seen their figures; they look great, but with Hot Toys, what you're not seeing is the joints. It's visibly hid. It's hidden. And you get that movie feel. Even though it's animated, you feel like this is straight from the TV that you are staring at. Compared to the Iron Man that we've seen, I mean, no, it's not a bad figure by any sense, but I just feel like you are getting more out of this compared, and especially price-wise. I'm guessing the price for this is going to be a lot easier to handle compared to that die-cast Iron Man that we saw earlier. Now, we also have Spider-Punk, which... This is the second Spider-Punk that I've seen in a Hot Toys. The first one is from the game, which I never really bought because there's so many Spider-Mans in that one. But I don't know what he did in the movie because, like I said, I haven't seen it. I'll probably see it this weekend. But boy, his hair looks great. Again, the inclusion of rolling eyeball system just adds more to the depth of the figure here. I mean, the expression on the head sculpt and everything, it looks phenomenal. The accessories looks fantastic. The proportions are so animated. Everything looks long on him. And this is the special exclusive edition. I'm guessing once you pre-order, you'll get this. Are they made out of plastic or cardboard box? I can't really tell, but boy, it looks great. I mean, so far, all this across the Spider Verse are looking like bangers. Especially if you love the movie. It depends, I suppose, on how, I guess, how deep you want to get into the Spider Verse. You know, because Spider Man right now is getting all my money. From No Way Home, so I vowed to get pretty much most of the characters or the villains there. And if once I watch Across the Spider Verse, there's no doubt that I'll be like, oh man, I want to get him. I guess it depends on how far I want to dive deep into this lineup. So we shall see. But right now, objectively speaking, without knowing what they did in the movie, whether it's a big impact or not, it's unique. It offers something fresh. It poses well, and it just like overall looks good. Now, man, if you've seen my collection tour, you know that I'm struggling for space, and these guys, especially with their backdrops, offers a lot of real estate in your display pieces, display case. It will all come down to that, like how important I feel they would be or how they would complement my Miles Morales. I don't plan on buying this new Miles because it feels like my older Miles. I mean, I don't know, man. I think I will. Who am I kidding here? It's Spider-Man. I think eventually I will. But if I don't, I didn't pre-order it. It might all change as soon as I watch the movie. See that is the importance of the movie. Once I watch it and I get really hyped up and pumped up about the movie, all of these might change. But just again, objectively, man, this looks great. Both of the figures that was announced today. As a matter of fact, every figure that was announced today is pretty unique and cool. So I don't, nothing bad to say about them. It's a matter of price, I suppose. But I don't see this. I mean, look at that hair. That hair looks phenomenal. It's so big. I don't even know how to do, if I change the head sculpt, to the mask spider one, I don't even know where to put that. I don't think it's gonna fit in any of my, accessory case or whatsoever that I put. It has to go to an actual box or something. But yeah, this is Miles, and you got Spider-Punk. Let me know in the comment section. For those who watched the movie or hasn't watched it, does this impress you? Does this go in your radar at all? I mean, it's on me. It's a matter of I like it. It's a matter of whether I'm gonna buy it or not. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and I'll see you guys in the next video.